If you are familiar with feminist literature, then I am sure you must have heard of A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. It had a huge impact on feminist thought and first wave of feminism, but is it relevant today? Hi, I'm Zita Bano and welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about A Room of One's Own and its relevancy. If you haven't read it or you want to just refresh your memory, I would suggest you watch this video first. But giving you a short summary in this video, A Room of One's Own is an extended essay written by Virginia Woolf on the topic of women, money and literature. She talks about the limitations women face when it comes to writing literature and how money provides intellectual freedom and why interruption-free residence is important for fiction writing. So this essay was basically written in 1928 and women got the voting right not so long ago, only 10 years ago in 1980. Now they were struggling for a greater involvement in socio-economic sphere. They wanted to free themselves from mere domesticity. So of course this essay, which talks about an unusual occupation, which is writing fiction, was lauded by women. Although in her essay A Room of One's Own, she only talks about women entering literature, but the scope of this essay is much broader than that, because literature was not the only field that was primarily dominated by men, but all economic spheres were dominated by men. So her analysis and theory was applicable to all fields. Women back in that time were considered homely creatures, men breadwinners and providers. Feminists, they of course wanted to change that opinion. They wanted to get rid of petticoats and doing laundry all day. They wanted to do much more than that. They wanted the world to know their intellectual capacity, that they are more than the creatures of mere fascination. But now when the women are almost appropriately incorporated in economic spheres, they are homemakers and they are breadwinners, is it still relatable today? In my opinion, it is still very much relevant today, because Virginia Woolf, when she was talking about women entering literature, she spoke about how hard it is for women to write literature. Men think that women are intellectually inferior, they're prejudiced against women. And then she spoke about the lack of opportunities because women were married off, they were forcefully married, they were not allowed to roam free, there were certain expectations from them, and of course they were not paid well in comparison with their male counterparts, which essentially means that she spoke about glass ceiling before the word glass ceiling was introduced. Women still face the very same prejudices, they still face the very same lack of opportunity, and of course patriarchal mindset still exists. It has not been removed. And many people will argue against it. They will say that women now, they are pilots, they are doctors, they are in every field, they are everywhere. And that is true. The environment and the surrounding have changed, the laws have changed, but the attitude remains the same. If there were few women in literature in 1928, there are few women CEOs in 2022. A woman pursuing her career in 1928 was not acceptable, and it is still not acceptable today. It is expected of women to get married, to have children, and not to worry about career. If the people in 1928 were sexist, you got to be on social media in 2022. All the limitations and problems and issues that Virginia Woolf discussed in her book A Room of One's Own are still not fully removed from our society. They still exist. So in my opinion, A Room of One's Own is an evergreen piece of literature, and it's more relevant than ever. So that's about it. See you next time with another video.